1. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. And I'm excited to learn your experience in leadership and conflict management. Today, I'm speaking with Sibusisiwe Dube, the esteemed owner of Izwelethu Butcheries, where she is a CEO running her own supply chain. And for the overview of the session, will cover how to manage with conflicts in teams. And for the first question, I would like can you share a bit about your leadership role and your experience managing teams in your fields?
Um, Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Izwelethu Dube. I own a string of butcheries in South Africa, KZN. I've been in this business for the last like 20 years. I gained experience from my father who started these businesses, and he retired in 2013, but I was under his wings learning the business. I've got a BCom degree and an honors in supply chain. I've headed a supply chain in KZN, running the railway line in the KZN region. I've got extensive experience in the supply chain field. In terms of the butcheries, I've led this team for the last 20 years, and I've gained enough experience.
Okay, that's wonderful. And in the 20 years of experience running this chain, have you ever had any conflicts? Like, have you ever encountered any problems where you had to come to uh, resolve and maintain a high performance from your team?
Yes, conflict is part of the business arena. Remember, we are taking people from different environments, and they have to come and work as a team. So you'll always encounter challenges in terms of conflict and learn how to solve or resolve issues.
Mm. Okay. And what are the sources of these conflicts? And how do you deal with them?
Okay, sources, they come in different folds. It's either people that don't tolerate each other in the team scenario, or else they come with their own problems from home, and they go through the business environment. So we try and manage the conflicts not to disrupt our business environment. I've got team leaders that they try and solve problems. If it's not solved by those team members, then they get escalated to myself, which I try and resolve issues.
Mm. Okay. And that must be particularly challenging as a woman in a male-dominated field.
Yes, it is. Especially when we've got male people who still have those stigmas that about hierarchies. But yeah, you do your duty, and you play your role, and be a mediator in the process, and try and assist them to normalize and be part of the team.
So, whilst you were trying to resolve these, what did you find were tactics that were unproductive and why?
In terms of productivity, conflicts will play a major role, because if teams they can't listen to each other, they can't work together, it becomes a problem. It disrupts the business environment. So you try and listen what can impede the working environment within the teams within your business environment.
Mm, And this may be quite funny to think about it sort of way, but are there any positives to having conflicts? Like, are there any productive ways that like you can try to learn from something that is a conflict and ends up actually being something that ends up changing fundamentally how you run things?
Yeah, it's about toleration, and learning about different cultures, different scenarios, about people in general. So if you try and learn where people come from, what are their needs, what what troubles them, and try and lessen that so that it doesn't affect your work environment, that goes a long way. Some conflicts are very positive because you get to their family structures. Especially me as a woman and a mother, I get to learn and I get to understand where they come from and nurture the situation.
Mm. I can see it coming from that side, that angle. Um, so what types of conflicts can you avoid, and how do you make sure that they are avoided?
You have to learn to separate your business conflict and their family or personal conflict, and you try and understand and tell them that personal, it ends at home. When they come here, they have to wear their business so that it doesn't affect much in the business arena.
And like, what are the most common types of conflicts you've encountered in your team, and how do you approach them?
Okay, as I've said earlier on, mostly it's about toleration of each other. People, they have to learn and understand each other so that they can lessen the conflicts. Most of them are minor. It's stuff that it can easily be resolved amongst each other, but it needs a leader so they can show them that this is how you resolved issues.
Mm. May you
Mm.
point to anything specific, any specific incidents or an instance where you had conflict arise within your team members, and perhaps there was something you had to do um, to mitigate?
Mm. Um, a lot of conflicts comes from, when you've got young and old people that are working in a team, where there is no respect from, uh, for instance, respect of opinions, especially the older people. They think they know it better. They don't want to listen to the young team members who are coming up, because they've been in the environment for the longest time. They don't want to listen to the other ones or kind of respect them. So we learn to infuse the old and the new so that they can have a productive environment and listen, because you might find that these young people that are coming, that are fresh, they've got new ideas that need to be infused. It's just that these people, they need to listen to them.
Mm. Oh, I see. So sometimes it's a generational thing. Those are the common ones.
Yes.
Mm. Um, not it's just I would figure there were some incidents where like if you were to deal with a perhaps a firing or like something of the sorts like how I was thinking of specifics like that, like how would you go about to kind of resolve conflicts like that?
In terms of firing, there are very minimum problems that happens because you go through the process with that individual. So the very minimum, like there's no conflict because it's on a one-to-one basis.
Mm.
And there are laws in terms of firing of a person in South Africa.
Mm.
So yeah, there's the specific one that I've spoken about that mainly happens in our environment. And just people classify themselves in two groups within the environment. where people they've got friends. You know, it happens that in a business environment, people they group each other and they fight with certain groups. Those are the main issues that we face.
Okay. I have a broader understanding of what you're dealing with now. And
Mm.
with that, like, what kind of advice would you give someone in a leadership position who is new to handling these sort of conflicts?
Um, it's to get to the bottom of issues and learn about your team. It's very important. Because some people they come with so much burden from homes. If you don't start from the background area where people come from, so that it's going to be easy to work with them when they face certain challenges, you are able to resolve them. So, but if you work in a silo environment, you'll never understand your team, and that's where the conflicts emanate. So it's important to understand people that works for you.
Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your time. This has been Sibusisiwe Dube of Izwelethu Butchery. This was also a insight into women in business and in operating a male-dominated chain field with regards to resolving conflicts. So thank you for those insights. And I hope that we can connect again for further meetings. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you very much for exposing me to this environment. And yeah, I hope you're going to learn from what I've shared with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. With that.